Welcome back to the channel, everybody. And due to popular demand and your guys' request, today, what are we talking about?
We're talking about attacking the front headlock, and contrary to popular French belief, the guillotine is not the only way to do it.
Don't laugh at that in the comments. Don't do it. One of my favorite positions, so let's get on the mats.
Is it working? Okay, such an idiot. Get down.
What do we... First one we're doing here. Let's turn.
All right.
Turn to the side, turn to the side. Okay. We're gonna work on anaconda. I'm starting with a chin strap. I'm gonna hold his face with my chin. My shoulder, super important, has to hit the logo on the back of the gi. Okay, so the Fuji gi here has a nice little target for me. I wanna put my shoulder right in it. The other thing that's really important is I make sure that my shoulder is set before the hand. So back up a little bit here. Back it up.
Oh man, you're pushing me in a way I don't go.
All right, let's go. So, shoulder down, bang. I drive him. That way, I ensure that his head is low and I'm pushing against C7 here on his spine. So I'm in nice and short, and then I set my grip. That way on this side, you can see his head is a little shallow, but it gives me a lot of driving force into his body, and that's more what I care about. I'm just gonna control the head a little bit. I'm gonna drive in nice and hard. Why do you keep getting up?
Because, man,
nobody cares.
I don't want to hang out down here. This is awkward.
I got his chin. I'm in nice and tight. I'm gonna come through and I'm gonna grab my own hand holding his chin. Okay, so my shoulder's low. I'm driving, I'm pushing, and I'm gonna sit so that my toes can dig into the mat here, and I drive my elbow down. Okay, and instead of trying to throw my knee through here where he has that nice block, I'm gonna drive my hips into his hips, and I'm gonna bring his opposite side to the floor. So I'm here and I drive in. Boom, and I bring him down. My elbow here on the top is gonna clamp down so I can triangle and set it. I clamp, I shoot my arm through, grab my bicep, lock it in nice and tight, and then we walk our feet in ever so slightly. I don't care that he's tapping, he's good. We're gonna keep trying to get to his legs to finish that choke. Okay, so the other important thing here that we got is I need his head to stay off the mat. I don't want him to crank down against my arm.
Right.
Right. So, I'm gonna drive my shoulder in. Bang, nice and tight. Boom, I jump on him. I get that chin strap. I lock it up. Shoot through. I put my elbow on the floor. I can't stress how important that is. Elbow has to be on the mat because that's what's gonna give me that drive over the top to my shoulder. Okay, so I'm in nice and tight. I drive, bang. I clamp down. I go find it. Okay, look. He's blocking here. It doesn't matter. What's important is my leg comes over the top so he can't drive that elbow up. That's what I don't want. I also want to make sure he's on his side, not his back. So I can throw my leg over, chop, chop. I got a nice tight grip. And his head here is off the mat, back of the head against the body. Don't leave it here and get your head stuck on top. It's going to be a hard finish. I might be able to go high elbow if he rolls up, but it's not really what we're looking for. So lock it up, head off the mat, and then walk it in for the finish. So let's kind of change angles here and look at that elbow coming down. Let's turn it up this way a little bit. So that elbow's important, right? I'm driving in nice and tight. I lock it, sit right here. I crank his head down and in. Don't drive and post. You're giving him too much leeway, okay? When I'm here, I want to crank his head in so that shoulder can go right down to the mat when I bring him down. And I keep his back off the floor with this elbow. That way I can shoot through after I lock it up, and I can get a good solid grip here on his lat to make sure it's nice and tight. So that's kind of that first choke we got here from the front headlock. It's one of my favorite series.
Gotta have thick traps. Prevent the anaconda. Just grab 120 pounds in the gym and just shrug it, you know?
That's all you
Very
can do,
functional.
120 pounds?
That's as much as they make, man. I try to have people hang on to them as I'm doing them to add extra weight. Very small children that are in the gym. It's for another day.
For another day.
For another day.
So my second favorite submission, especially in no-gi, but I use it a lot in gi, is a darce, and this is how we're setting it up. So my partner is going to be down here, and again, this time I have a front headlock, okay? But my partner's doing a good job of fighting the hand, so I can't get my chin strap. I can't get the arms in tight to the body. So we're just gonna go with option B here. Option B is my left hand is gonna go right to the mat, and I'm gonna twist my elbow, and I'm gonna make a connection with his head here. I'm just gonna hit him with it. Boom. And I smack his head really hard. You like that?
Man, take it easy.
You like that? It's in nice and tight. Okay, post it on the mat. It has to be a steel rod. You have to leave it. That way my other hand can shoot across to his knee. And then I use my shoulder and my body. Watch your shoulder, tuck your arm in. That way I don't dislocate it. Look, I drop him over here. And my arms are kind of crossed right now, but it's okay because my knee can come over the top and I can step over that arm to trap it, pull his head back, shoot my arm through, and set the darce, switch my legs, and look to gather his feet. So let's take a look at it from another angle. Let's have you turn all the way around. All the way around here. So we're back in front now. And the important part is, once I'm here and I have that steel rod and I'm blocking his head, I shoot across. I block, I twist him down to the mat. I'm gonna step over his other leg. Now look, my elbow here is gonna work. And I'm gonna dip my shoulder underneath, okay? I don't leave my shoulder above his shoulder because I won't be able to get my grip here, okay? So as I'm holding his head, I gotta rotate my body so that I can shoot that arm through, and then I make a really tight connection. Okay, I don't wanna ever lose this pressure on the back of my head. My partner's gonna be doing a good job of looking up, okay? And then I can't get it. So this elbow has to stay as I'm through. It has to reach and keep pulling his head chin to chest as I'm reaching through to clamp. And I should be able to keep the connection while I lock it up so that I can switch my base and I can start looking to gather his legs here. Okay? Now, a couple of problems for people is their partner's just physically a lot stronger, right? Like some guys just have super, super strong neck, not like him. This is not a problem you have with this guy, trust me. But when we get here, okay, there's a few other ways we get here. We can go 3-finger grip, knock him down, and we're here. But what do? Elbow right to the back of the head. And look, my hand is through, but if I can't really reach because my partner's bigger than I am, the big thing is to drive that elbow back through. And look, I still can't get that grip where it's not that tight. It's not really that big of a deal, okay? As I do, I would want to switch my base so that I can get my hand higher. When I switch my base, I can then lock it in nice and tight, and now I can drive in, roll over, and now I can start sitting heavy where I can gather the legs. So as much as we like to teach staying up on top, if your arms are short, you're gonna have to really work on creating that angle where I hold that head and you put yourself in kind of a bad spot here, right? Because if you don't get this lock, I guarantee you he's coming up on top and he's gonna start ending up in a good position. But we know how to get out of north-south because you watched that video. I know you did. So when we're in this position, you can switch your hips, lock it up, and now toes live, remember? I drive up and in, walk back over, still locked in nice and tight, and then we switch it over. And then we let him go to sleep, nice and easy. You all right down there?
Unless he taps, in which case, unlike in the first technique, you should let go. Don't be that guy.
Chin strap guillotine. Not made up, it's a thing. So what we're doing is we're basically taking an arm in guillotine and we're changing it up a little bit. So your arm in guillotine always stays the same. We're basically gonna change the grip up a little bit to make it.
Show the people the grip, man.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Chin strap. Okay, so we're gonna knock Frosty down on his side just to show you guys that grip here. Let's scoot in a little bit so you get a better view. There we go. Okay. So we're here. Okay, this is very awkward. But I'm gonna start on his chin and my hand comes over and I grab the meaty part of my hand here. So as my partner's tucking his chin, nice and tight. I don't necessarily want to be up here where I can't get underneath. So I'm going to take the meat of my palm when I grab his shin, let him tuck. Okay? That way I can grab my own hand and I'm going to roll and pull through to get underneath the neck. So as I have his arm here and we're like this, I'm basically going to roll and shift it through, and then I can act like I'm slitting his throat for the finish, making it nice and tight where I'm not, you know, crushing his windpipe. I'm still getting that blood choke off to the side. So he's got it tucked in. I have my chin strap. I roll it and I feed it through, and then I cinch it nice and tight with a hook grip and grabbing the meat of my own hand. So let's take a look at the setup here. So let's turn this way. There we go, a little bit of an angle. So we're gonna start with that front headlock. Let's scoot this way.
Oh man.
There we go, it's a little bit that way. Okay.
Don't mess with me.
I like you back that way. No, too far over. Okay. So chin strap, nice and tight. We're gonna start the same way we did the other ones, where my shoulder's in nice and tight. I got the chin strap and I come through here nice and tight. Now I'm gonna set it up the same way we did in move 1, where I sit through, I drop my elbow, and then I bump him over. Now, instead of staying here where his head is in my ribs, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift my body so that my head goes on top of his, or I'm sorry, my ribs go on top of his head. So I don't want him to build his base here and then I sit and his head can pop out. I wanna make it nice and tight. So I'm gonna drive up so that my ribs go over his head so that when he builds his base, I can sit and now I can fill that space nice and tight where I can crunch into the position and make it tight. So let's come back, all the way up, all the way up. Turn back over, start position, start position. I was up.
You're messing with me.
So we're here. I got the grip. I sit through. I bump him. Now right here, this arm is in my way, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit in and he's gonna build his base. Roll, catch it, leg comes over, and I circle and face the head for the finish. I'm circling out, making it nice and tight. Out and away, using my heel to hip into his armpit and move his head away. Let's turn this way. Turn, 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 turn. Now back it up, back it up. There it is. Okay, so from the other side where we can see that arm kind of come through the angle. Let's turn a little bit. I think we need to turn a little bit. There we go. So I'm in here nice and tight. I sit and I drop him. 1. My ribs get on top of his head nice and tight and I let him build his base. My knee comes in. Look, my shoulder has to roll over. You can't see the back of his neck. That means I got him dead to right. My leg comes over and I finish that choke where I try to yank my hand out, but I'm holding on, cinching around the neck. The important thing here though is that shoulder closes that space off. I don't want to be open and pulling against the side of his head here. That's terrible. I want to sit up nice and tight so that I have it. My leg comes over and I sit and I hang out on it. The tighter I am, the tighter the choke is, and the happier I'm going to be, the less happier he is, and that's what we're going for anyways. Submit everybody. Doesn't have to be with this move. It could be with another one. But essentially, that's all we're doing for a chin strap guillotine. A Gordo guillotine. If you guys don't know who that is, look him up. Super nice guy.
Inventor of the half guard. Because he broke his leg, man, and had to play a full guard with only half of a guard. So then he had the half guard. Did you know that? You knew that. You guys didn't know that, though. Gordo, look him up, from Rio de Janeiro. Badass black belt. Can I say badass? Badass black belt. Show him the move.
So, let's turn a little bit. And let's have you sit up. There we go.
He's just doing this to mess with me at this point.
Hands going over the head. Fingers in on the collar. That's grip number 1. Grip number 2 is coming through, fingers in on the other side of the collar. Okay, so we're going fingers in on both. When I set the grip here, the goal is the hand closest to the neck goes straight. So I'm going to drive up to his butt, okay, all the way up, boom, nice and tight. My other hand is going to extend underneath, pinky to the mat, to keep the head down. So I set grip number 1, I set grip number 2, and I extend 1, and I extend 2, and I put my head to the other side. And we basically get the tap. It's nice and tight, super easy to do, okay? I've seen a lot of people also do this one where they step up over the head and then they pull in nice and tight, kind of like a Peruvian necktie, but super simple, super easy to do once you get the grips. Getting the grips on the other hand might be a problem for some of you white belts, but if you work on it, it becomes easy.
Anything is possible. Come on, man. You can do.
You want to clap
anything,
hand
you
it?
put your mine
What's
too.
with the weak one?
Because it doesn't.
There you go.
If I'm gonna do 2, I don't want to hurt my hand.
Because you only need
It
one.
kind of stings.
You only need 1.
But aren't I trying to turn these lights off? I thought that was the point of that. Okay. Attacking the front headlock. Okay. Here we go. So, attacking the front headlock.
Take 2.
Take 2. Here we go. I kind of want to talk about how I damaged Theo's larynx from a guillotine. Can we bring that in here?
I mean, can you get the introduction? We'll just see where it goes because I mean, you went to pet the mic the last time.
Well, man, come on. That's a nice mic. That's all I gotta say.
Let's go.
Here we go. Here we go. Saying the thing. Attacking the front headlock.
You've got like 12
Okay, I got
words.
it. I got it. No, I don't.
Thanks everybody
Hey
for
guys,
checking.
thanks for.
You fucking plan that, you prick.
I thought I was gonna go.
You just think you're so fucking funny.
Alright, you do it.
No.
Yes, you're gonna
I
do
don't
it.
trust you now.
I'm not gonna
the
do it.
circle of trust has been broken. Go.
I won't say anything.
Go.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna say it. Hey guys, thanks for checking out our video on attacking the front headlock.
And remember guys, it's not necessarily the attacks you're using, but the front headlock is a great control position that leads to a lot of different better positions.
If you found those positions helpful, F my life, because
There's only one position.
there's only one position. It's a front headlock. It's not multiple positions.
It's one position.
If you have any ideas for how I can improve my public speaking, please leave them below in the comments. You're doing the Home Alone face. If you found this video helpful, give us a like, comment, and subscribe, and please let us know what else you'd like to see.